We are live.
All right, little Titan check-in. Hi guys, hello Titan crew. Wanted to check on here for the day.
Oh, I like your glasses.
You like these?
Yeah, I do. I think I need a pair. I don't know who sent you this, but
I got some downstairs for you.
yeah, gotta hook Mama up. Love those.
So we want to do a Titan check-in for you guys. So this will be the feed that you'll put up there. Hey, so this is our new little casual.
I'm probably like, what the hell? Where are you guys? What's going on?
We're at one of the houses. Jeffrey, how you like it?
Great.
You good?
Just airplanes here and there, but
Yeah. So we will have some airplanes going by and stuff, but all in all,
totally cool.
so cool. It's gonna be fun doing this. All right, Mo, tell them what they need to do for Titan check-ins.
Check the heck in.
All right, so what we want to do is get over to the Titan crew. It's Mike O'Hearn. Now let's see.
Facebook.
It's facebook.com/groups with an S, /Mike O'Hearn, and that is the Titan crew. Get in there for your check-ins. Everybody that's already in there, you guys know what to do. Answer those over 20 questions plus any extra information you can put down. Put that down there so we can do a proper check-in here, because we are 2 weeks from June 1st, our next cut, rocking and rolling. Talk to me, Mo.
Yeah, it's not even 2 weeks. It's even less
Ten
than
10 days?
10 days, sir. Yeah, 10 days. So let's make sure, guys, that we get in there, do check-in, so we could jump on to the next amazing adventure that we have coming up in June. I'm excited. I'm always excited for something.
So for anybody that doesn't know what the Titan crew is, I'll just really quickly jump over that so we can get to the questions that are coming up right now. The Titan crew is basically a private group for you guys that have sweat equity into yourselves and into that time that we're giving you. Again, the Titan crew is free for all the subscribers. So make sure you get in there. Let me help you. Let's not just get on the workout plan, the nutrition plan, but let's fine tune it so it's making sure it is working for you guys. Mo, go with it.
So that means don't ask questions when you already know when to sign up. Sign up for any of our workout plans, because I'm not going to repeat this again. Meal plans, anything that you guys need in your lives to better yourselves, and then they'll get you automatically into the Titan crew Facebook group. And I'll tell you, our Facebook Titans are so supportive. Like, I'm so amazed how they support each other in that group. So it's not only nutrition, it's not only training. We're talking about a mental support. A lot of people don't know where to start, what to do. They're going through hardship, and we just support each other, and we actually direct you to better yourselves. And you get to ask questions about anything in there, and Mike will help you. And I'm just a bumper on the side. I'll tell you how it is.
You said something really good. You said they don't know how to start. And so I would say that's okay too.
Yeah.
Get signed up, get in there is the first step. And then if I feel that you picked Pro Secrets or Strength Games, but then I look at your photos, I look at what you're doing, how your nutrition is, your age, how much experience you've had or don't have, then I will suggest to flip the plan to something else. But that's an easy exchange, so don't worry about that. The main thing is, they always talk about what's the hardest belt to get in martial arts. It's the white belt, because it's walking through the door and getting started. So right now we're going to talk about that. You guys get through the door, get signed up, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, everybody's gonna have a goal. Some people want to just lose some fat, which is fine. Some people want to get strong. Some people want to put on muscle, and we are gonna help you to get the right program for you to get you to your goals. And not only with the training, but also with the nutrition. We're gonna tweak it as we go through your plan. As we go, 2-3 weeks in, you have to check in, and that will just help you to make the tweaks that you need. To actually succeed in what your plans are. So that is the goal for us, to help you guys. Yeah.
Questions, Jeffrey?
Hi, Mom.
We have the boys from Cameo. We did a cameo for these guys yesterday. They are all in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They love those cameos, guys. You know, I'm telling you, those roast cameos are the best. When you roast somebody,
A lot of
They're so
coins, a
good.
lot of roasts, a
A
lot of tokens.
graduations
I guess
are
coins
coming
and
up
tokens
now.
are the same.
Yeah, graduations are coming up, so we're getting a lot of those. Congratulate those amazing people graduating from whatever high schools, from school, weddings, birthdays, you name it. But the roasts are the best. Those are my favorite. You get to roast somebody.
They're funny. They're funny.
Do you have plans for vegetarians?
Yes, we do have plans for vegetarians, for keto, for gluten-free, for pescatarians. We got it all going on, my friends. Anything and everything. When it comes to nutrition, I mean, this is the day that we're in, right? And again, I'll go back to what I've said 40 years ago. It has to be something that you like and something that you believe in. So the nutrition, let's say hypothetically, like the guy that just said, is there something for vegetarians? Yes, we'll be able to get the protein in there for you, what you want and how to best suit you. And that's what you like. And so for me to try to get you to do a different diet wouldn't make sense because you're not going to stay with it. Even if there was, let's say hypothetically, a better diet for you, the diet that you like and the diet that you can do is the best diet. All right. So yeah, we can get everything that you guys need, whatever type of diet you need.
It's really awesome the way you set up your meal plans for everybody. You can get in there, and if it's something that you don't like, or if you're allergic to something, you get an option to choose. I'm allergic to cheese. I'm, lactose.
Or you don't like
whatever.
fish.
I don't like fish or whatever. So you get to pick and choose what you don't like and what you would love to have on your nutrition plan. And that's when we grab it and then we work from there to set you the plan out. So, I mean, I think that's if you're vegetarian, you can say, I don't like this, this, and that. And then you'll be able to set something up. 24 to 48 hours to get your plan. And yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, give us time. Just give us about 48 hours to get the plan out to you. As it comes to the workouts, my recommendation is that a lot of us right now are doing power bodybuilding. And the reason for that is because we're actually, even though it's power bodybuilding, and so that is my strength program, right? It's the pinnacle of the just strength alone. We are doing a nutrition around a cut. So if you ever heard about this, maintaining that muscle, trying to build as you're dieting, that's the approach that I'm doing right now. And that's what we're going to launch into here June, because it's summertime. You guys want to be sliced, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal. So let's try to be sliced, but is continuously keep that strength as we do so.
Yes, I did. I did power bodybuilding, and then from power bodybuilding, I went to that 6-week shred plan. And I tell you what, it was probably the best thing I've ever did because I cut my
I
calories.
thought dating me was the best thing ever. No, the shred plan's much better.
Just literally cut my calories out, and I got to an hour plus cardio just to kind of, it's 6 weeks only. But my strength, I was even impressed with my strength because it never went away. When you don't eat and you don't take in, sufficient calories, it's normal for your strength to kind of goes down. I had my strength in the gym.
So the great thing about that is strength comes from the nervous system, right? And so if you've built that up for a period of time and you got that strength built into the nervous system and you are used to moving those weights, the great thing about that is that you can actually retain that strength.
I'm going to do the drone.
Oh, yeah.
All right. After when he's on.
Yeah.
After he's
Do it now.
Yeah. We got
Let's-
How long we got?
5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
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 I'm definitely giving a couple.
Jeffrey's over here getting the behind the scenes. I love that, getting all this good stuff. So again, nervous system is strength. And that's why a lot of you probably, when you do stop training for a period of time and then you come back a month later or 2 months later and you're still strong, and then you kind of go, wow, I took a couple months off and I'm still strong. Well, that's nervous system. that really doesn't go that far away from you, and you can regain it quicker than anything else. So that's the great thing about that. And then again, you got memory muscle, right?
Yeah.
So even if you take a year off, I know
Yeah.
you guys all do this.
Yeah.
You take a year off, or 6 months or 3 months, and you come back and you start training again, and your body changes rapidly, mostly when your nutrition's on point. And if that happens, you mentally go, wow, I'm getting in better shape than I've ever done before. Well, that's the body. The body wants to work with you.
Mhm.
So if you were in shape, understand that your body does want to work with you and help you retain that muscle and put that muscle back on, and then cut the body fat.
There you go. So you just laying everything down for them. You just gotta want to do it. That's all it is. So
A lot of people were asking what the best meats are.
Best meats or proteins? Is that what they're saying? But when they say meats,
Yeah.
I believe
Best
it.
protein.
Yeah, I
Best
believe
protein.
it's proteins. Yeah.
yeah, it depends on where you're at and what stage we're at. I like to diet on red meat, and I like to go off season with red meat. For me, that's my go-to. Now, if I want to go extremely lean, I'll switch from red meat to a fish, but the true slice for me would be tuna fish. I know. Doesn't taste the greatest, but for me that works. Let's find out what the best protein is for you, or what the best meats are for you, because it doesn't matter what's the best for me or what's the best for Mona. What's your favorites?
Red meat as well. I love red meat.
What do you find it does for you? You say it's
I
the
mean-
best. What differences do you see with that compared to chicken, to fish, to turkey, to protein shakes?
Again, like you said,
To eggs.
if you would want, because I competed before, if you would want to really shred down, and if you want to see, you're getting ready for stage. I don't know, getting ready for a wedding. Then yeah, I would do fish. But with the red meat for me, it keeps my strength. It mentally keeps me in the game because I love red meat. So as soon as I know mentally that I'm going to have red meat, I'm in for the game. But tuna, I could eat a little bit of tuna sometimes. I don't hate tuna, but when you have to eat it every day, when we do the dry out, it's like, oh my God, get it away from me.
I gotta
house
show you
smells like
this.
tuna.
Look what came in.
Oh,
Big Johnny's new. I guess that's is
oh
that a
my
McLaren or
goodness.
is that a Lamborghini?
Oh,
Jeffrey,
geez, let me see.
Gee.
I don't even know what that is.
I think that's it.
Phone a friend.
I think that phone a
Oh
friend.
yeah, that's a McLaren.
It is a
It
McLaren,
It's
right?
Beautiful.
That's
Wow.
stupid.
You got a blue, of course.
We gotta go.
Wow.
Gotta go with the colors.
Jeez.
Mhm.
Yeah, that.
Beautiful car.
It's a rocket ship.
It's right.
That's
This is what I drove.
Nice.
This is what I drove in Dubai the first time I ever went there.
I remember you sent me pictures,
That's a McLaren, right?
and you also drove a motorcycle, if I correct.
I did drive a motorcycle.
Right?
The reason why is, now let me explain why I ride a motorcycle in Dubai and not in California. I grew up in Washington State, and then also again, I grew up like on a 90. If you guys know what a 90 is, a motorcycle 90, and I was driving that by, I guess 79. By 8 or 9 years old, I was jumping on this little 90. Do you remember what a 90 is?
yeah, little brat.
So me and my bros, we had about 2 or 3 of these bad boys. We take this out to the forest, the dirt hills and stuff, and just
Was
um,
fun.
and it was fun. But I
Mhm.
also grew up in a time that you didn't have to wear a helmet and all that kind of stuff. And so I look back and I'm lucky to be here today.
Mhm.
I swear I am, because the stuff we would do up there in Washington State was crazy. But I would ride my motorcycle as I got even older, like 14 and 15, and my brother's bike, and I would take that Kawasaki out. And it was during the winters of Washington. So I'm riding on snow with no helmet, and I'm thinking back to that going, what the heck? And then, yes, I did ride a motorcycle before. I guess you have to be a certain age now, right?
Yeah.
You got to be a certain
And you got to
age.
get a special license.
You got a special license for this. In my day, you didn't have to have a special license. And it was basically you could outrun the cops. We're going into the forest. The cop going, "Hey, kid, get out the road." It wasn't a different
No.
time. Yeah, bring 'em in, bring 'em in.
Used to take you like this in Romania and bring you home.
So I would ride the motorcycle without a helmet, and that was my lifestyle growing up in the 70s and 80s with my brothers. But the stuff we did as kids, man, I put something up yesterday. Johnny's a little too young for this kind of stuff, but we would, back in those days, would just jump off the house onto these egg cartons and boxes and stuff like that. Crazy stuff as kids, Johnny.
Hey man, when I was growing up, I was snowmobiling, four-wheeling, horseback riding, racing horses. So a whole different situation. Like back then, you know, I was riding on the streets of my four-wheeler, I think at 14 years old. So
Right?
snowmobiles. Yeah, I mean, growing up north, man, I had it all. So it was awesome. But yeah, these kids nowadays are what you have to go through. I guess every state's different. Florida's pretty lax when it comes to motorcycles. You don't have to wear a helmet. Right, which is I think that, listen, if you're gonna ride a motorcycle, and I used to race motorcycles, so I think that you should wear a helmet, you know, just in case. I know in my accident I did not have a helmet on when I went down, and luckily I didn't crack my damn head open. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know, as long as you're safe. But I don't know, you don't need any license or anything, just a little permit, and you're good to go out here.
That's great.
I guess when I come out next time, we're getting bikes. I didn't know you raced, man. I love that.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while, and I'm out here in LA. He is a speed
but
demon.
no,
Yeah.
sure is too.
He hates it when I have to drive with him because he wants to go. And I'm like, it was 54 miles an hour. It's 65 on the highway now, kid. Come on. Take the slow lane.
I know. I gotta get lax on it. She says she has a lead foot though. She's faster than me.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when we were driving back from the Olympia. Was it the Olympia?
Yeah.
Back to your place.
Yeah.
In Tampa, and Mona was with your wife, Cherise,
We
and
had the top down, and
she
let
kept
me
going,
drive.
go faster,
Oh, my
go faster, go faster. You're killing me, Smalls. You're going.
Right.
I'm like, oh
Gotta
my
enjoy it.
You gotta get this guy. You gotta get this guy. Get in front of that guy. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I love it, man. I love it. Just following you ladies. We're having a good time.
I love it. I love it.
So,
Big Johnny, we're talking about just the old days compared to the new days of just the whole concept of how we're living nowadays to the old days. And some of the benefits of the old days was there was a small amount of information, and we had to get the information from the most elite people, not just book smart, but compete in the trenches kind of attitude.
Right.
You know, the doctor that's been practicing for 30 years and realized everything he learned in med school is great, but there's such a different approach by the time he's 30 years in.
Sure.
The fitness is, there's great textbook, good for you. And then there's just obviously the experience finishes all. And to understand that journey on nutrition, if you're a vegetarian or you're keto or you're gluten-free, whatever that is, great. That's you. That's what you want to do. My belief is do what you want to do because you'll stay with it.
Right.
But now with so much information today, I guess it's just a little bit of a downside.
Yeah.
But you got flip sides to both. You got now in the 70s and 80s, HRT and stuff like that was only not, I don't know what the availability was back then, but I know there wasn't illegal until of the Ben Johnson.
Yes.
And then they stepped in and made it illegal.
Yes.
But we can go over to you now and talk to you, get blood work done.
Yep.
And get the right protocol to optimize our body and actually be told, hey, you don't need this, but I just saw your blood work. You need vitamin D.
Right.
I mean, it's such a minor thing that could change your life.
Absolutely. Change your life and the way you feel all the way through and through. I mean, you know, obviously back in the day, you know, it wasn't readily available like that. A lot of people were not doing it. There was no education behind it. Doctors even though they're doctors, they don't go through hormone training, right? So at that point, like, you know, they're touching on it in med school, but they're not really getting into that training on how to treat patients in this. And that's when, you know, they usually shove them off to urology or endocrinology, in which they don't usually want to help either in some of those circumstances. You know, obviously, listen, the doctors nowadays are more educated than ever to a certain degree. I think the younger guys are. The older guys, maybe not so much, and they like to stay in their old ways. But with this, it's like, listen, if we know now, we have this education, like you said, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because before you really didn't have the education, or you were going to somebody that was the big dog in your gym, because there was no big internet around where you could just write somebody from across the country and get a response right away, right? You were phone call, email, or not even email, fax, I guess, back in the day, even if they had, fax. And yeah, it's crazy. So nowadays we have an advantage to be able to get that information, but getting the credible information is the key now. Sifting through all the garbage that's out there, or finding somebody that really knows what they're talking about, and that's where we are today, I guess. So at that point, there's good and bad and everything. And with us, we just want to make sure patients are educated about what they're doing, and be able to provide them the best cutting edge therapies they could possibly have, and the options they might not know they have.
I do want to bring this up. It's a sensitive subject for me, and I got a lot of Titan crew members on today, and so I want to apologize for a venture I went on over a year ago with somebody, and Mona quickly said, this is not the place. And so I know that there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of TRT and HRT companies out there. Be smart about this. A company will show its colors, I guess you would say, in time. And so I'm just, again, I got to say this. I am so glad that we, and the way it happened, and in meeting you at the Olympia a couple years back and everything, is like, it happened so perfectly for my family to join the Titan medical team and lifestyle as we have, because the true colors have shown for other companies that are going downward, because they're trying to make the quick buck.
Yeah.
It really is, which
True.
medicine or health and fitness is not a quick fix.
No.
It takes time. Sometimes it takes a long time. But the one thing
Absolutely.
that your family and our family believes in is do the bare minimum, but be consistent on it, and check in if you need to move up a notch or pull back a notch. I think that's a great thing. I think that's seeing a company like yours establish that protocol for so long, because you've been in the game longer than these other people.
I know, 12 years, man. It's crazy.
I
I'm like, I don't know too many companies that have been around as long as us. There's a couple like Cytogenix and stuff like that. They're around before us, but they don't do anything like us. So it's really crazy how it is. And when you see all these companies just jumping into the mix, and just I see what's going on out there, I'm like, man, this is just not the way healthcare should be. It should be a more of an easier thing for people to get a hold of. Yes, but I think that the standard should be raised to everybody, because like you said, we're talking about healthcare. So we're not talking about like selling a T-shirt or TV or even a program of some sort, right? So at that point, like if it doesn't work, that's okay. But if you're messing with somebody's body and you mess them up, this could affect everything from the relationship, the way that how they feel, the emotion, maybe depressed. And all different types of things can happen here, and really happen to a negative way for somebody that could affect their life going forward per se, or in that moment acutely. So it's sad to see. And listen, when I first got into this business, it was very stereotyped as, this was bad. Steroids, you're going to die of a heart attack. It's for bodybuilders. And from that moment right there at the start, me and Sharice were both like, we want to give this a good light, not a bad light. We want to let people in and say, look at what good this is, and not the negative side of it. And you always get the good and bad, right? You get the people in there that are in it for the right reasons. And I met some people in the industry, and you get people in there for the buck, and they make it as fast as possible, as hard as possible, and then they get out or they sell. So, it really, I think the true test would be, look at how long has somebody's been in business for. Look at their reviews, right? It's a 4.9 over 12 years on Google. That's pretty hard for a business to accomplish anyway. So, at that point, it's tough, because you want to make everybody happy. Sometimes you might not make everybody happy, but you do what you can to to do the right thing, I guess. And sometimes that takes a little bit extra, but that's what we're here to do.
I love that. And I think you said something is like my discovery of these companies coming in and they go, well, we're going to just blast this out there for the next couple of years and sell the company. It's like they have no commitment to their clients.
Right.
They're trying to get in and get out. And so I just love that you've been there for 12 years and going to continue to be there. And then you and I have some exciting news that we'll talk about it down the road, but
Can't wait.
Excited that this is just growing and growing. And the ideas. And again, I'm just so proud to be here, and mostly for all you Titans out there that are talking to me and telling me how much Titan Medical has helped, how they got you on the right track, and how much better you feel.
That's awesome.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
Now tell me about this car.
Oh my God. So I haven't told anybody yet. So you guys will be the first to know. I haven't told anybody. I showed like 2 or 3 people. So I custom ordered a 750 McLaren Spider, 750S Spider. And this is the first year the 750S is out. Before there was a 720, and then there's a 765, which is like a track car. So I got the custom build this thing, and I was blessed enough to be able to do it. And at that point, it finally came in. So after 5 months, the configurator, the whole 9, it finally landed today, and I went to go pick it up today. So I got the drive to Titan today, and truly blessed, man. I don't know what else I can say. I mean,
it's I got to look at this thing just now, and it's just amazing looking. Are you taking it on the track?
I haven't yet, but I probably will. Definitely, for sure. It's a rocket, man. The thing is so light and it's so much horsepower. It's ridiculous.
If I tell Jeff that and Serge that we're taking it on the track, they're coming with on this next trip. I know
we definitely got to take on the track for sure.
They're in the car.
I don't know. Huh?
We got a question there for you.
It's
Sure.
It's
really,
more of a statement.
yeah,
but
it says health is everything, most valuable asset in the world. So I would
Absolutely.
spend money.
100%. Think about this, guys. Think about this real hard, because this hits everybody at least a couple times a year when you get sick. When you get sick and you feel like garbage, and let's say you can't go to work that day, man, you're like, man, I'm really, really sick. Or you get injured. You've been injured. You can't get out of bed. That's what it feels like to be sick all the time and not take your health seriously as a priority, because without your health, you're not doing anything. I always tell everybody this. I'm like, that should be your number one goal. Be as healthy as possible. And then everything else is a blessing on top. Because at that point, if you're healthy, you're getting out of bed, you're doing what you want to do, you're working out, you're doing all these great things. But think about if you don't have your health, right? You have all the money in the world, but you don't have your health. You have everything in the world, but you don't have your health. You have the hottest wife, best kids, everything. You have Lamborghinis also, but you cannot get out of bed. So, I mean,
so let's take this down the rabbit hole, shall we?
Yeah.
Let me do this, because I want you to stay up. You got the hottest wife, but you can't perform.
Right.
Well, okay. You got kids, but you can't go to their games or play catch with them.
Love it.
And it's like, come on.
It's true.
I keep thinking back, and I know that not everybody comes from a great family and stuff, but my belief is, and my dad did it with us, and I was lucky enough to have 5 brothers, but it was always that cool moment of him giving me that first glove and throwing the football and the baseball with me, and having that, or the first time I got to wrestle him, or the first time I thought I could beat him in wrestling. And then I discovered street fighting and the poke in the eye and all that stuff.
Fish hooks.
Loose. But think about what Johnny just said, and then think of the reality of that. And I always love the quote: "The sick man wants one thing, the healthy man wants 100."
Yep.
So take that deep for a second. The sick man wants one thing. The healthy man wants 100. And so when you're healthy, you just want everything. You want the fancy car and this, go party and all this. But sooner or later, that's going to pop. And you're going to be the sick guy going, shit, I should have took care of my health when I had the time. Why didn't I? Well, because I thought I would live forever. I thought I was Superman and I would never get hurt. I thought that would never happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, you're that guy.
Yep. You get that wake up call, boy, for sure, 100%.
So this person here said, I don't know if it's mine thing, but a minor thing, but since being on my Titan regiment, I haven't gotten sick in the whole year of the flu. So Caesar just went by. Neither did I.
Boom.
So I have to reference this comment. This is
Yeah,
great.
it
So
is.
Johnny, go with that one real quick. And
Yeah.
then tell them about me and Expos before Titan Medical.
Sure, absolutely. So I don't know, if it's a mind thing or not, but since being on his regiment, the whole year he's not got sick. So flu season's gone. When we were talking about this, like if your body's optimal, right, you've got optimal things, then your body's going to work the best it possibly can. This is the defense and the immune system too as well. And take Mike, for example. So Mike goes to these huge expos around the country and even around the world, right? And at that point, he's meeting with every kind of person you could possibly think, kids, adults, older people. I mean, big, small, shape, sizes, it doesn't matter. They're all there. And he's always into it 1,000,000%, shaking hands, kissing babies, hugging, being very close quarters with a lot of different people. And listen, even just in the United States, being close to a lot of people, there's a lot of germs still going around. There's still variants going around. There's flu going around. And bacterial, bacterial infections, whatever it is. So, him being blessed before this, I mean, you just used to get sick during these expos, or after, I should say, the expos. And then, like coming back from Olympia, we were talking about, I'm like, listen, man, I'm like, have you got sick? He's like, no, I haven't gotten sick, to be honest with you. I was just thinking about that now. I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, that's the benefit of taking some of these different therapies like glutathione and such, especially when you're going to be around a lot of these different people, or you're just doing it for maintenance because you want to be preventative. You definitely going to get some benefits.
I'm going to add to this because just so you understand, I am at my weakest immune system when I do the expos. And so for me to be sick after expos years ago, I would understand that. Listen, I'm cut up. I purposely dieted down because I don't want ever, and I grew up this way, when I started meeting idols of mine and I met them in person, and it was such a letdown because you see them in a magazine or on screen and you'd be like, wow. And then you meet them in person and it's like, oh, it's not you. You're it was a moment in time. You don't really. And so I always wanted to be the very best I could be at Expo. So when they do meet me, they go, holy shit, you look better in person than you do in the magazines.
That's what you want.
All and big.
Yes.
But the downside is, yes, I would always get sick, and I just chalked it up to, it is what it is. At least I did the appearance. At least I was there. I'll suffer the sickness. At least those people are happy, and they got to meet somebody.
Yeah.
That being said, it didn't even occur to me, and this is why I love this question. It didn't occur to me after the Arnold, after the Olympia, after the other. Yeah. It was like all these appearances I've done, haven't been sick. And I did the same kind of thing. I still trained as hard as I could. I come in diced for these shows. Mm-hmm. Afterwards, I don't know what triggered it, but John said something and said the glutathione, and it just triggered in my head going, oh shit, I came back and I was right back in it.
Yep.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know
you
built me up so strong at my weakest that I was still strong enough to diet down and be that way. And it was amazing to me. And then I just realized I just finished this huge cut and we're taking 2 weeks to plateau and then cut again. And I was beat down. But again, did not get sick, did not beat my body down. I tried to purposely beat my body down to get as sliced as I can. You saw me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Didn't get sick. And I'm like, man, not only did Titan Medical help me physique and getting sliced and being able to utilize calories better and healthy joints, but it kept me in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hell yeah.
Dude, that's
what we're here to do, man. Level you up. I mean, we can level up somebody like Michael Hearn and think we can do a regular person.
Yeah, I know you guys are busy out there and stuff like that, but it goes back to what I said. The sick person wants one thing. The healthy person wants 100. Try to stay focused, because if you can, sickness or health or any issues as you age and age and age puts you out longer and longer and longer. And that's not what we want for you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Everybody depends on you too. If you're a parent, and especially if you're a single parent, you got nobody else to rely on. Maybe you got some parents, or you got a friend, or whatever it is. But your kid is usually relying on you. And when you're sick and your kid's sick, they're still relying on you, and you still got to follow through. So at that point, like if you can prevent that, and it goes back to being parents too as well, because not only healthcare workers or even airport workers come in contact. A lot of people do, even I guess service industry, come in a lot of contact with people. But when you're dealing with kids, especially younger kids, they're usually around a whole bunch of kids that have germs. A lot of parents, they need to go to work, so they send their kids to school, even if they might be sick, borderline. And at that point, that's when the kids bring back the sickness and the germs to you, and everybody gets sick in the household. So I was always the last one, or I usually used to beat it back in the day with Peter. But at that point, that's another big one that people, they have to think about.
And we fully understand that because Mona's a single mother. She takes care of Titan. So it's I'm a full-time bodybuilder. So you don't have to run down.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool.
Jeffrey's getting some crazy footage over here. I love this. For you guys, we'll definitely bookmark the statements that Johnny's going to make through this, because I think we'll shorten this down for you guys just to kind of go back and refresh, because I do want to ask John about some of the protocols, the protocol of the week.
Sure.
The of the week.
Yep.
I'd like to talk about, again, glutathione is getting so much buzz, but NAD is getting so much buzz.
Yes.
I know these I've talked about in the past, but again, you're ahead of the market. And so for a lot of you, and I know there's new people on here that haven't heard us talk about it. So we're going to talk to you guys for a second. NAD, glutathione. Yes.
Everybody wants to get shredded, so if you want a little AOD. If
There
you
you
want to kick, jump on
There
that.
you go.
Want to burn fat.
Well, then I'm going to do a 3-part question.
AOD.
NAD, glutathione, and then a mixture of AOD and testimomorelin.
Ooh, that's a good one right there. I like that little mixture.
Yeah, so take it away, my man.
Okay, all right. So glutathione. Glutathione is a super antioxidant. It's great for a lot of different things in the body, as far as like oxidative stress, free radicals, getting rid of those. It helps with skin. There's studies with fertility as far as that goes. But the big thing too is that it cleans out the liver. So if you have high liver functions, ALT, AST, from any sort of supplement, acetaminophen, from alcohol or anything like that, your liver is going to work better, and it's going to process fats faster, which will in turn help the body in a lot of different ways. But this is good for people that want to prevent getting sick, or even if they are sick, getting over the cold faster. That's the big thing with this. That's what a lot of people use it for. They use it for that and liver functions. Those were the big things. But glutathione is great, like I said, for hair, skin, and nails too as well. And the big thing, clean out the liver, making sure all that's good.
How long should somebody do glutathione? And is there, because I know in the health and fitness world, it seems like as they age and they may have partied a little too hard, maybe did recreational a little too hard. A lot of guys are getting these fatty livers.
Yes.
At younger and younger age.
Yeah.
So how long would a protocol be? And I guess you can't give us the facts, but is there a special that Johnny says, hey, if the number comes back, anything kind of reference wise? Because I know a lot of people come back with those numbers are a little high, and they push it off. They shy it off and go, well, you work out hard, so it's the breakdown of muscle. You're taking a lot of protein, so it's also the breakdown of the protein through the body. What's your take on this, and what's your protocol?
Yeah, no problem. So listen, we deal with this all the time, right? And a lot of patients that want to get hormone replacement therapy, we automatically run a CMP, which has your ALT and AST, which are your liver enzymes in it. So if we see that high, right? And high, anything over, because there's two different ones, anything over 40 in the ALT and anything over 44 in the AST is considered high. Now, if you go to a general practitioner and stuff like that, when it's over like that, they're going to say, hey, listen, you got a fatty liver. And like, whoa, how do I get rid of this fatty liver? Well, you just change your diet. Well, diet could be a good thing, right? But if we really want to get this thing down within, I would say 21 days tops, 14 to 21 days, if you take glutathione every single day, one injection, 200 milligrams, it's going to bring those reference ranges down. We get people that, whether they're taking some sort of supplementation that is really raising their liver functions, because there's things out there like SARMs per se that somebody takes and it has a high function of liver toxicity. So raise those ALT, AST enzymes up to triple digits or even more. I've seen them. So we've got patients down, like let's say at 150, which is really high.
That freaked me out, man.
Yeah, all the way down. So, we've seen it. It's pretty common, but at that point, some general practitioners would get scared if it was at 150, but we've seen it that high and get them down, no problem. With 21 days, we say 1 month round, you're going to be usually within normal reference range of your ALT, AST enzymes, or you're trending down tremendously in the right direction.
Good. So it shows you that you're moving in the right position.
For sure. And if somebody says, all right, well, I've got my liver functions to where I want to be, or I want to be preventative, they could take 2 injections per week and still be on a great regimen, protecting their body, making sure the liver's processing faster, and they're all good to go there.
Would this be something also good? Let's say the numbers AST and LST are both fine.
Sure.
Would this be, again, like you said, just so these guys understand it, would this be good also just to keep the immune system up, that they could take it twice a week for the woman as well as the man? This is not just man's therapy. This is both.
Right. Yeah. So no, it would be great for preventative, prophylactic per se of the immune system. So keeping that immune system fortified. Yeah, prophylactic. You like that word, right?
What is that?
So, being preventative, basically, at that point, by doing that, they're going to have a stronger immune system. So let's say if they come into something, they're going to be good. The other thing that you want to touch on too is oxidative stress. So I talked about this last time with you, or I talked about it in my lives. When we talk about oxidation, when you think about oxidation on anything else, oxidation, especially on a car that has like salt or anything like that, it turns into rust. Same oxidation is happening inside the body. You're just not rusting, but there's oxidation going on. So this is an antioxidant, which helps get rid of that oxidation and get rid of the oxidative stress, which is huge because that can cause a lot of damage health-wise too as well.
All right. So
You want to talk about NAD next?
I want to, I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So NAD has been a very popular one lately, especially the last 2 years. NAD has been on fire.
I'm laughing because now we are fancy in our house. When Mike says, hey, did you get whatever done? And I'm like, you told me that? He goes, go take a shot of NAD. I'm like, now what, you fancy all of a sudden?
Yeah. See, that's the good stuff there for sure. I mean,
NAD does.
Listen, NAD is my go-to for sure. Definitely keeps me on point all day, every day. So, NAD has been a big one the last 2 years. We've been doing it for like the last 8. And NAD is a coenzyme in the body, so every living cell of the body. And at that point, what does it do? So it will help with better, clearer thinking, more focused, more laser focused. It helps on the cellular level to rejuvenate cells, revitalize cells. So, with Alzheimer's or dementia, these are neurodegenerative diseases that this could be a preventative for, which is a huge thing, right? Because, let's look at those numbers. Those numbers are going up every single year with people that are getting dementia or Alzheimer's. And they're horrible diseases. So at that point, if we can be able to utilize something that's going to keep us on the anti-aging track too, as well with NAD, make us think clearer and help repair our cells, then I think NAD is a fabulous therapy. And a lot of people push it just for IVs. We have to sit in an IV chair for, anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours to receive this, and then pay over $500 to $1,000 for the treatment. So with us, what we do is we say, listen, you can take this, a little insulin needle, a little injectable, and you're good to go. And you can give yourself a daily blast of what you want. You can pick when you want to utilize it, and you're not just utilizing, because when you sit an IV and you get it done for an IV, that's great, but that's only going to last for so long too, as well, as far as that goes. So you want to be able to take more consistently. If you take things more consistently, it's probably going to help you out more beneficial throughout time. So that's where NAD really shines, man. I mean, it's one that's definitely an essential in my regimen and always will be too as well, especially glutathione. But NAD, another one to keep me on point all day, every day, because it's got to be on point. There's not a time in the day where I'm like, unless it's at night. Maybe at night when I'm watching movies and I try to like just turn it off and watch the movie, but that's it. Other than that, I'm always on the go.
I love the fact that we just talked about two things, and those two things are for every person that's walking around that wants to stay healthy and regenerate those cells and be healthy. And it's great that that's what, again, Titan Medical stands for. It's a lifestyle, and goes back to what we started this whole conversation about. It's like you get to go out and enjoy, and you get to go play catch and hitting bats, batting practice with your son Peter.
Yes.
You know, perform like a stallion in the bedroom because you got a hot wife. So it's like it's a win-win situation.
Yes.
Now let's jump into the people that just visual and get a double boost of cutting some fat.
Right.
And energy.
I want to get summer. Summertime. I want to be on the beach looking good. So what do we do?
Sure. So if we want to talk about AOD, we talk about AOD. So the obesity drug per se, the anti-obesity drug. No, 9604 AOD is great. It's what it is. It's a fragment of growth hormone. So it's 176 amino acid sequence instead of the 191 that's in growth hormone. So it basically takes the weight loss portion and how it functions and utilizes that inside the body without raising growth hormone levels or changing anything, structure wise, I guess, that could happen. So with this, it's really great. So one, it stops, food from storing as fat in the body, and also utilizes the stored fat in the body for energy. So this is something that works really good naturally, I think, with the body as far as that goes in the process, boosts the metabolism, and it works really great for our patients. And, depending on where you need to cut or how much weight you need to cut, there might be different programs that might be more effective per se in what you're looking for. So just really it's based on the person, because this could be paired with any of the therapies too as well. So any of the three of the therapies that we talked about.
Let's jump over that because you got me intrigued now.
Sure.
Pair it with something. Tell me, go down that rabbit hole again.
Sure. So if I was going to pair it with anything else, AOD, AOD doesn't have any stimulant factor to it, right? So if somebody says, listen, like John, I want to have a boost of energy too as well that could complement the weight loss along with AOD. And if I had to say that, I'd say, ECA Stack Plus. Like if I had to take a capsule, very simple, very easy. Now I have energy that I wanted to have, and I'm having the fat burning process, not only from that and the AOD, working in a totally different way too as well. So we're not even working the same mechanism. No, we're using two different mechanisms to get weight loss. And we're using one oral form and then one injectable form. You could get the AOD in an oral form, but the injection is subcutaneous, very small insulin needle, virtually painless, going to be very more effective, in my opinion, just to you guys.
Wow. And then, you can.
I mean, dude, you want to step it up? Yeah, I would. That's the thing. Like
up there,
we can go from mild to wild. So depending on what the budget is, too.
Wild,
right? From mild to wild, we can really get this thing going. And so depending on budget wise too, because listen, some people are on a financial budget, and I definitely realize this, right? And I take that into account. I'm like, listen, what could be the best bang for the buck and what we could put them on to get them some results, and what is going to be the optimal plan? Like, hey, listen, John, really, budget is really not a thing to me. I just want the best result, right? And then we start talking about testosterone. So testosterone, FDA approved peptide therapy. It's a GHRH peptide, so it's a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. So what does that mean to you? That means that we're going to raise growth hormone levels naturally. And then the flip side to this is that it also goes after visceral fat, belly fat. So we're attacking the weight loss portion, right? Just like that. And we're attacking the body working growth hormone wise. I mean, you know, you're setting yourself up for a good result there too as well. And you can take that with AOD, and at that point, work a couple different mechanisms too as well. So I mean, there's a couple different things you could do.
So if you guys see Mona get sliced over the next 3 weeks, or let's be honest,
Get more jacked too.
Yeah.
I mean, lean body mass. Think about it. I mean, your vascularity, lean body mass. I mean, the whole nine.
Did you see the you guys have a therapy of the week?
Yeah. So therapy of the week is going to be NAD. So NAD we talked about just now. There's a $25 discount for the NAD therapy. Just say you've seen it here on Michael Hearn's show. We'll be glad to give it to you. The other thing, we did a Memorial Day blood work special. We'll run a couple because Mother's Day, we had one before that, Memorial Day, and then we'll have one for Father's Day too as well. I can't leave the fathers out. I always give it to the mothers. I got to give it to the fathers. But Memorial Day blood work. So this is something that everybody can take advantage of, not just girls like the Mother Day or Father's Day for the fathers. So everybody can take advantage of it. Listen, Memorial Day is here, coming up. June is right around the corner. Summer is here. We can still get you diced and sliced. Let's go. We got to start today, though. We got to start today.
Well, that's good because we just had my day, Mother's Day. And so we got Father's Day for Mona, June 19th. Sorry, guys. I'm the sensitive one in the family. That's great because we got the Titan lifestyle. We're starting this next cut June 1st. We all want to slice this summer. I want to be able to pop the top at the pool and look great next to Titan because his Titan's abs are coming out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been working.
Yeah.
So it's good genetics. I want to talk to you about this. Potential, and I love this comment from Big Show. Paul White said this when he was out here. And he was talking about these new kids coming up in the WWE and wrestling and stuff. And you get a lot of these guys that have all the potential in the world. And it doesn't, he said, potential is a fancy word for nothing. And that hit me. I was like, I've seen so many of them. I've seen such genetic freaks get outworked by the average guy with, and I love the quote from Bruce Lee, the average man with laser focus is the one that you should worry about.
Yep.
That's great because I've seen so many of these genetic freaks. Deformed genetics and all this, and they don't work for it. So for you guys that are out there that don't know your genetics, and most don't know your genetics from the start, put the work in slowly. And I recommend this again, and Johnny and I just talked about this with Mona, is that don't be in such a rush that you hurt your body.
Right.
And one thing that Johnny and I talked about at the very beginning of becoming this team is that I want to talk to the people that, yes, are in health and fitness and take care of themselves, but the families, the parents, the kids that want to do this for a lifetime. And that's what we're here to talk to you about. Is like, you don't know your potential yet. Just be slow, be cautious, be safe, stay away from SARMs, stay away from people saying, don't worry, this stuff won't hurt you. Talk to somebody. Don't talk to the big jack guy at the gym. Talk to medical.
Don't get vaccinated in the
Don't get vaccinated in the locker room.
No, definitely not. And that's the big thing with genetics, right? People might not know their genetics. The biggest thing I could tell somebody, if you don't know your genetics, look at your mom, look at your dad. If you have your grandparents, look at them, and that's probably going to be your genetics and where you're going to lie. That doesn't mean that's what it's going to be. So if you look at your father and your mother, and they're they're overweight, that doesn't have to be you, right? You can change things, but at that point, that's going to give you a ballpark figure of where you're going to be at, a ballpark. But that doesn't mean that's where you have to be or that's where you have to stay. Or that's, so at that point, listen, look at what you can do, take it all the way full, do the right things. And at that point, if you need help after that, then that's when you kind of go for that help, Yeah.
Just understand that, guys. Don't be in rush when you're young. And don't give up when you're old.
Right.
You know, it's like
Right.
you're not old at 35, guys. You're not old at 45. You're not old at 55. Trust me, you'll give up every piece of money you have to take off 25 years. Well, the cool thing is, you know, at this stage, I'm still that 30-year-old, physically, strength wise, and visually. So it's like, wow, that's great. I don't have to give that up. I was preventative in how I lived my life. And this could be everybody. And this is the same way that John preaches about the lifestyle, the Titan lifestyle.
Absolutely, man.
Stay youthful, stay healthy. It's not about surviving, it's about
Thriving.
thriving. I got to bring this up because I just saw this, and Jeff showed me this guy the other day that spends $2 million a year to stay the
Yep.
youth, right? Absolutely annoying.
Yeah.
Absolutely annoying, because the real question is, so he wants to survive till he's 200 years old, from what I understand. This is what it says.
Mhm.
Survive, because right now he's, I guess, 10 years younger than Mona, and he's already frail and brittle. And so I don't understand the point of surviving till you're 200.
Right.
A beautiful.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a
quality of life is everything, right? And
Yeah.
the longer, like, you want to live your best for the longest at your best.
Watts.
You know, I mean, that's kind of what. Now, I did see the billionaire guy, and he's got a kid, and he's using his kid's blood to try to stay young. Is that the guy you're talking about, or is this a different guy?
I think it is that guy. I think it's the
Yeah,
same guy.
this guy's got a younger kid, Mona, and he uses his blood.
Right, and he's using him for PRP and stuff.
Yes, same DNA. So it's kind of it's really crazy, a little freaky at that point, because you hear everything about LA and like how, you know, that. Listen, I've heard like there's like 3 or 4 doctors out there that literally sell blood to celebrities, whether it's PRP or whatever they're doing with it.
Because as soon as now I know this, I'm gonna go get Titan's blood, put it in me.
You know what's crazy, and I didn't get to do this, and maybe did you guys get the option? Did you do this? So when Peter was born, right? Yeah, I didn't have a lot of money back then. So at that point, when they asked me like, "Hey, do you want to preserve the umbilical cord?"
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't do it. I thought it was a big scam back in the day.
Yeah.
And you know, and if you do it, you set your kid up for later on. If there's an injury, there's a problem, there's anything. Now they have their own genetic material they can grab those stem cells from. Huge thing for anybody that's going to be a parent out there. I think if you have the money, it's definitely worth it for sure.
Yeah, and you put it on ice, and you get a monthly bill, and you're free. But it's worth it, right? At this stage of the game, everything we're doing now is for him. So why not do something like that? And the science is changing so much.
Sure.
You can't fathom what it would be like in 40, 50 years.
No.
If that's something. Now, just jumping back to this guy, I don't want anybody out there to try to survive. No. It goes back to what we said, full circle again. A good little wrap up to the movie and it was Alan Watts was the one that said it. Better to live a short life that you love than a long life of misery.
You got it. You hit that right in the head.
Yeah, and I love this coming from somebody like Alan Watts. Look, brilliant man. But I love that fact because it just talks about people that really make a mark in the world. And those guys that, we'll take the sprinter, Bolt, trains 4 years for 9 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
To majority of people, that's like, why? You train 4 years for 9 seconds. That's so he's living his full life. And it's that process of the training. And I saw Paul Newman, and I gave this to Jeff because I want to talk about that. Paul Newman, who is one of my favorite actors in history, was on stage, and somebody says, "Do you like acting?" And he goes, "Well, not really the acting itself. I love the prep. I love getting the character. I love doing the homework. I love doing the process to get ready for it. I love all the way up to, and then you film it." And he's like, "That's okay, but it's the prep." And if you can fall in love with the prep, I mean, we've all heard this. The man that loves the walking will walk further than the man that just likes the destination.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
true.
I know we're giving you a lot of these kind of corny quotes. I love them though, because
I do too, man. These are all true. They're all true.
So just for you guys out there, I need you guys to go over today. And if you're not already with Titan Medical, if you are with Titan Medical, I want you to post that down in the Titan crew that you're already there. You're on your protocol. If you want me to talk to you about what's going on, how you're doing, any kind of questions like that, I'm here for you guys to talk about. Mona's here to talk to you about that. But if you're not at Titan Medical, get on over there. Get on over there. And then for me personally, go look at my very last post is a post from me on set, 41 years later from my first competition.
Wow.
And we're still doing this. We're still doing this. And I'll tell you this last year has helped me so much to be able to stay in the game and raise my level up a notch. And I didn't go backwards this last year, but I jumped forward. I got even better. It's like, thank you. Thank you.
All about.
Yeah, I guess you'd say, I don't know how you'd say that, but you took off a couple more years and added to my gift and what I get to do. So I thank you, man.
Oh, dude, I appreciate it, man. I love it. I'm telling you, make you even better. That's definitely a task for sure. So
I know it's pain in the ass.
Yes.
no, man, I love it, dude. I love it. I mean, the best thing about it is that, getting to work with you is like, you're so consistent. And I know, like, if I tell you, like, do this, you're going to do it. Right. I mean, to a T. And it's awesome because a lot of people out there, like, they use the therapies, but I try to get them into the healthy lifestyle we talk about, the Titan lifestyles, where they're eating correctly, they're sleeping, they're drinking water, they're sleeping, and doing everything they need to do. So at that point, having somebody like you be able to do it is awesome. I wish everybody could be able to do it, or at least start, at least be able to change a little bit as they go along, instead of, I'm just going to get the therapies and they're going to do the work and that's it.
I got to show Jeff.
Yeah.
Mary said she's starting her Titan Complete. Can't wait. Nice.
Mary, you're gonna love that. Mary,
Yeah, Titan Complete's a good one. Titan Complete's definitely a good one.
And also for anybody out there that's doing Hercules Potion, Johnny gave me a little hidden secret, a little gem to this. And if you can do this. But like on the day that you're training a body part, and what I'll do is on squat day, and again on deadlift day, those 2 days are my big days where I just want to get monstrous. And what I do is I'll do 2 shots of Hercules Potion before training. But here's the scoop. I don't shoot it into actually the muscle, like the legs is like the quad, right? I'm not shooting it into the legs. I'm doing something a little different. I'm shooting them into the rear delt and on both. And the reason why is, first of all, it gives you a little great boost. It's amino acids. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Also makes me pull everything back. It just pulls back like this. So when you're squatting, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That chest is just up and the bars on my back, and it doesn't matter how much it is. I'm just like, bam. And then the deadlift, man, it's like I grab it. And I know deadlifts is for me lower back and hips and all that, but I'm just like, so thank you. But you guys try that if you guys are up for that. I know Jeff did the chest.
Put that right in my titty.
Right in his one chest bit. And he said it's
insane.
He was like, you could put milk up there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Create a new little shelf for him.
Right?
They have a special coming up for Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
Memorial Weekend.
Can't wait. Memorial Day weekend. Blood work, and I might do some more specials for you guys. You never know what I'll do. So it's always something I like to do. But Hercules Potion is a game changer. I was in the mall, literally Sunday. I was with Peter and Wyatt. They're getting stuff, Shreese, and this dude came up to me. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Oh, hey, awesome." He's like, "Dude," he's like, "that Hercules Potion is no joke." I was like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah, I love hearing that." Obviously, I don't care how many times I hear it. It's one of the best things because that's one of the things I created, by myself. I'm like, this is awesome. So for him to say it, and then after that, he's like, "Well, I was going to this place called something rejuvenation." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So he walked in there. I guess after he got it, he's like, "Hey, it's like I want to order more of this stuff." They're like, "We don't do that." It's because Titan Medical. I told him we're the only ones in the country that have Hercules Potion. So you're not gonna be able to walk into some HRT clinic or whatever it is. Like, hey, I want a Hercules Potion. Just Titan Medical Center patients. That's it.
So guys, you go over there, ask for Hercules Potion. Again, amino acids, and then also AOD. We got tesamorelin. We got NAD. We got glutathione.
Yeah. Blood work special. $25 off the NAD therapy this week. Take advantage of it.
Special, running a special on that. So
special could be good for sure.
Only if you don't want to stay healthy, then it's up to you. What can I say?
Yeah, but you got everything. You got everything. You got Titan Medical that's going to help you do this. You got us who will help you with your nutrition and training. And it's going to be a full package, you guys working together. And then what we can do, again, is that's what the Titan Crew is about. The Titan Crew is about, let's change a little bit if we need to make sure it's working for you. Let's take out foods that you need to.
Right.
That's why Titan Medical is the same way. That goes, hey, if this isn't working off your blood work, let's switch it to something else. Or let's pull you off. Or here's 2 other ones that would be better suited for you. This is all of it. Moving forward and getting better and better and better.
Absolutely.
Now it's all up to you guys. All up to you.
It is all up to you guys. Johnny, before you go, is it okay for me to show everybody the car?
Sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Jeffrey, how long do we? You ready?
A couple minutes.
A couple minutes. Then
Did you guys talk about stress?
We haven't talked about stress.
Because a lot of people in the chat are asking what they can do about stress.
That's a great one, Johnny. Johnny,
this is a good one. Okay, so stress, high stress levels, man. Cortisol levels can go up when you're highly stressed. And having high cortisol levels can do issues. This is the stress hormone. So if you have high cortisol levels and their hormones are up like that, this could be causing you to gain a lot of weight per se and not feel your best. If you don't have high cortisol levels and you just have stress, so we can talk about that. So either way, you have to find something that's going to relieve your stress. Now, we have a couple different therapies like Serenity and stuff like that will kind of relax you, but you should find some sort of outlet. Now, this outlet is different for everybody. Like for me and Mike, I guarantee it's the gym. Like that is my therapy. That's why you call it iron therapy, right? Some people, movies. They like to,
And movies.
And, of course, I'm sorry. Yes, definitely movies. If anybody knows us, they got to put that automatic. Like, that's just one thing. So, yes, movies and the gym for sure. And sex. So, let's just put that out there, too.
Not with each other, but sex.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I'm glad to say that, but you know what I mean.
No Diddy. All right. So, at that point, it could be meditation for some people. Some people need to talk to a therapist or talk to somebody that helps them stress relieve, I guess. Some people like to punch pillows or punch punching bags. Some people like to punch people. Don't do that.
Don't do Diddy.
But so it really comes down to the person finding a stress reliever and be able to relieve that stress. And if they don't, they need to start trying different activities to do this. And that could be anything. Some people, it's driving. They go out for a drive, they turn up the radio, and that's their time. So,
is there a pep time that will help calm you, maybe get better sleep?
Yeah. So Titan Serenity, I think Titan Serenity, that's not a peptide, but Titan Serenity is definitely going to help with L-theanine, the magnesium that's in there, as far as relax you, put you in more of a calm mood and mellow you out a little bit. That's probably going to be your best one out of all the different therapies that we have to relax you like that.
I think also if John has an incredible fat burner. So if you're stressed, take a little blue and white.
Yes, the ECA Stack Plus. And that will definitely put you in more of a euphoric mood too. So if you're in a better mood, your stress levels are probably going to come down. The other thing I would say is whatever's stressing you out, try to take a break from. So if it's work, obviously you might need to work. So I'm not going to say quit your job, but maybe have a day that you can take and kind of go do your own thing, spa if you're a girl or whatever it is.
You could take a day away from me.
That's
what he's saying. He's saying
I'm down.
I'm
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, different things. So if it's your spouse or wife, listen, you better be very sensitive on how you approach that subject. But you know, there's different things you can do with your wife that maybe you could de-stress both of you guys and have fun doing it. So, you know, that's the other thing that me and Therese do. And us, it's movies too. So movies is our big one. Every
I love.
Thursday night.
I don't know if you guys follow. If you don't follow the Titan Medical page, do. I have it tagged on my stories, but follow it because I'm pretty darn consistent. And Mona said this the other day. She goes, "I've never met somebody as consistent as you on your daily health regimen and eating and training." And I'll tell you right now, Johnny, their marriage is very consistent on the balls to the wall on work,
Yeah.
pull away from work, enjoying life,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also commitment to each other. Thursday nights, date night, no matter what, don't care. Everything stops and you go. And I think that's a huge thing. Again, just kind of says what you guys represent. You own the company, but you live the lifestyle.
Yep.
I've known you
Yeah.
long enough to know if that's a fake thing or not. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's really how you guys live and enjoy.
Yeah, it's genuine, and what you see is what you get. So anybody out there, it's really what we do. So I mean, for us, it was a big thing. I mean, that's what it's always been like that for us since the start. So like that's something you don't want to break. And if you're looking to be better with your partner, it's all about consistently spending more time with them and being close to them. So you know, you guys picking something to do and staying consistent with that is going to improve your relationship. And it's going to help you guys out in the long run. So that's a big one for me, man. And you know, that's somebody said something to me at the dealership today. He's like, "Hey man, I watched your TV show on ABC here local." I'm like, "Thanks, man, I appreciate that." I I always ask people when they say that to me, I go, "What's your favorite part of the show? Is it like Cupid's Corner? Or is it?" He's like, "Man," he's like, "I'm just impressed that you could work with your wife for that long, next to her for that long." I was like, it might not be that easy, but you know, she makes it pretty easy on me. And, you know, it could be a lot worse, I guess. So, you know, that's one thing that a lot of people can't get over. So even you guys, the way that you guys are close and we're close, there's not too many people that can't tear each other's heads off after a day.
I know so many people that when COVID hit, they separated because they couldn't take each other.
That's right.
That was amazing when he split. But I
know friends that split.
I want to do a wrap up here, but the two things I want to say before we do that is that you guys really do live the lifestyle, and you guys can obviously, because remember, Titan lifestyle isn't about me or my gladiator name or being called that or what the company's called. It's just a lifestyle. You guys are all Titans if you choose to be. It really comes down to that. We're all Titans here in this multiverse of craziness.
That's right.
Enjoy this stuff. But I got to show you the perks of Johnny working his ass off, and this man works. He works. Show this stuff, guys. Look at this. Pick this bad boy up. Look at that thing.
Oh my God. That thing is crazy. Wait till you see his paint job in person. It's just ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Look it around.
Wow. Even just looking at it again, I'm just like, wow.
Right?
Can't believe it's mine.
It's beautiful. I can't believe
that thing is like, come on, man. That thing is so badass.
It is, dude. It is. Like I mean, I'm still shocked. You know, I'm still humble as hell.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I never want anybody to look down on me, but I don't do this for the cars or anything like that, guys. Like, you know, everybody asked me, like, you know, like I never thought, me and Sharice, when we created this company with $2,000 in the beginning, nobody believed in us. We never thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be successful, but not to this level, I guess. But I mean, we put enough work in. I mean, damn it, might as well be. And it sucks. Like, you know, I never want to put in people's faces, like, this is what I have or anything like that. I don't like that, but you know, you should be able to show off some of your hard work too, as well.
It's not you. What you got. I put it up there. I put it up there. And the fact is that I know that in today's world, you're going to have people that look at that and go, not these people. Because these people know you don't work a 40-hour week. And they don't realize how broke you were just a decade ago. And how you said, you know what? I ain't gonna try to do that. I'm going on my own with the missus, and we're gonna create something.
Yeah.
So all those
Yeah.
people are just seeing the final stage here. They don't know that
Yeah.
you went peanut butter sandwiches and then just they don't know about my 90. They don't know that. And
Yeah.
so if those people are going to judge, let them judge. It's the ones that know that you have kicked ass,
Yeah. Yeah.
committed to this, and you're not selling to make a buck here. You're in this
No.
to help people lifestyle, and that's just why we.
Absolutely.
And that being
Absolutely.
said, I got an important one to finish this off, Johnny.
Sure.
Go for it.
Sure. Have my blood work done, consultation next, getting excited for the next step. Want to be able to say I'm 50 years young. Will I be able to order products the day of my consultation call? So awesome. He's got his blood work done. Awesome consultations coming up. We're going to get you set with a medical provider. You're going to do a video consultation so you can see them. They can see you. You can hear them. They can hear you. That will be recorded. And at that point, after your consultation, you'll be able to order your therapies. And then at that point, the prescriptions go to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy is going to ship directly to you guys.
There you go.
Yeah, so I love the excitement. I could read the excitement that he has in that. So I love that. But yeah, I cannot wait for you guys to rock and roll and get that blood work read to him and go over it. Will you hit us back and let us know? Because I love the fact that you're saying 50 years young.
Me too. Me too. That's what I'm talking about.
Take
And that's
the
what it really is.
Thank you guys for
Johnny.
Yeah.
Absolutely love today. And so happy
Thank you,
for
bro.
you. I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you and the family.
I'm gonna be
Thank
happy
you,
when I put my ass in that car when I get
That's
there.
what I'm talking about. Hey, so that's a drop top convertible, just like the Vet. So next time we're both going to be in convertibles driving with our, tops down.
I guess we're taking 4 cars to Orlando. Do you imagine all
Let's
4
go.
Titans in my car?
We got to do that. That would be awesome.
I think that'd be the best thing in the world.
I think that'd be cool. We should definitely do that.
Jeff, you wanna
That
go?
would be-
You bring your car.
Yeah, I'll bring my own car.
Jeff just got this ride, and he
Sweet.
parks it out front, obviously, when he's here. And somebody the other day walks by and goes, "Hey, you fit in that?" I go, "That's not mine." But yeah, Jeffrey got this nice little sports car.
Super.
Uh-huh.
Super.
Oh, nice. Got Supra, huh?
It's sick, man. It
Woo.
looks, I mean, I can appreciate
Wow.
those cars. I won't drive with them, but I can
Yeah.
appreciate.
For sure. For sure. That's awesome. Congratulations, Jeff.
Thanks,
That's
Johnny.
awesome.
Thanks for hanging
Of course,
today,
guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Kick butt, Titan lifestyle.